Well, the trial has started, and in the very beginning, the sex workers were called. Well, one sex worker in particular, the Punisher.
Oh, yeah.
You actually know this guy.
Yeah, he from Harlem. He from Harlem. You know, we all from Harlem. You know, Puff went local. Puff went local.
You said you were surprised that he used a local guy for this type of activity.
Yeah, because people talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that, and Punisher must be one of those type of guys that don't talk, because we never heard of nothing like that. You know, and he right from 39th Street, 40th Street. So, you know, I'm from 49th Street. I'm from 55th Street. So everybody is around the same way. So not to hear about it, then he really kept his mouth shut about it. That's why I was shocked, because back in the days, Punisher had a name. You know what I'm saying? He had a real big name when it came to the stripping and stuff like that. So everybody knew who the Punisher was. So I was surprised he went local.
Yeah, he's actually coming here right after you. We're doing an interview with
me,
him.
Right? Yeah, let's not be here together. You don't want no rumors.
Yeah, and he said that right around 2012, he was contacted by Cassie. I guess he had a website called Get Punished.
Mm-hmm. Okay. See, that was 2012. That was when I left, so I never got a chance to see him.
Yeah. So basically, she reached out and said her and her husband want to create some sexy scenes. He didn't know who she was. He showed up. Diddy had a veil over his face.
Right.
And they engaged in sexual activity. She said Cassie seemed very comfortable.
Right.
You know, she didn't seem like she was forced. You know, they would use huge amounts of baby oil.
Right.
And Diddy would just have a veil. Yeah, an Astroglide. Diddy would have a veil over his face and be naked from the neck down.
Wow.
But then after a while, he realized it was Puff. So he said after that, he would just wear a Yankees hat.
Okay, so he knew it was him.
He knew it was him.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, she said that, he said that basically during the, after the first encounter, Cassie made it clear she was doing this for Diddy. He said Diddy never act jealous while they were together. They would meet up in high-end hotels. There was a whole bunch of times, I think like 8 to 12 times they would meet up.
He must have did his job good.
He did his job, I guess. Yeah, 8 to 12 encounters. Diddy would give him directions. He would tell Cassie what to do and so forth. He said he never saw any affection between the two, and he would get about $2,000, for every situation.
Okay.
He said there was no sexual interaction between him and Diddy.
Okay.
Diddy just watched and pleasured himself.
Well, I definitely know some women that Punisher was with, so I never thought that he went that way. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely know he was smashing a lot of bras.
Well, and he even said that he didn't feel like he was trafficked. He was down to do it. I mean, at the end of the day, you're getting paid to have sex with Cassie. That's not really a bad job. Most of us would do it for free.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people would do it for free.
Exactly. So, and he even said, he goes, I don't know. I don't think I'm benefiting the defense or the prosecution. They asked me to come in, so I'm coming in. Did you personally know him? Like, did you guys have conversations and so forth?
Nah, we never had no conversations.
You just know of him?
Yeah.
Well, when they showed all the male escorts, there was another guy that you knew.
Oh, yeah, Greg. Yeah.
Right. So, did you know Greg personally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Greg was one of the young dudes that was hanging out in Miami a lot. If I'm not mistaken, he's from Miami.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And Puffer hit me and be like, yo, you know Greg? Yeah, I know Greg. Yo, can you get him in the club tonight? All right, I got you. Because I used to have to do what they call advances before Puff come to the club. Mm-hmm. So he'd be like, yo, can you grab Greg outside? And I used to be like, oh, I ain't know what the tie was between him and Greg, but I ain't really think of it because, yo, this dude is one of them dudes that don't get no hair on his face or nothing like that. And then we talking about 2000 and maybe 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know how old Greg was. I just knew he was a young dude. And it was a couple of times where we even went like to Atlanta or something like that. And like I said, I would have the adjoining room to Puff and Cassie. But a couple of times it was like, nah, you ain't got that room. Nah, what you mean I ain't got that room? Nah, you down the hall. And you know, I might see Greg, and I'll be like, yo, what the fuck they got going on? But I ain't never really paid no attention to. I seen all the pictures of the escorts last week, and I said, oh shit, there go Greg. This little dude was the escort. And I never knew that though.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of wild stuff happened in those rooms. I guess various escorts would pee in Cassie's mouth.
Yeah, I heard about that, man.
Said she would get like sores in her mouth and stuff like that.
And that's crazy because, yo, that was wifey, yo. And when I say wifey, I mean like that was somebody who you felt like, yo, you see them kissing all the time. You see them at the kitchen table. You see like I'm thinking something, like once I read all that stuff and seen all that stuff, I said something mentally wrong with him because I'm not kissing all over her and doing all this other stuff if I know I got her doing this and that. So you just nasty.
I mean, when you saw them together, did they both seem in love?
I mean, it depends on what you seeing. Yeah, I seen some happy times. Can't nobody say they ain't seen no happy times. But it's times that I also seen Cassie look like she was drifting off. You know what I'm saying? Look like she was sad. You know what I'm saying? Look like she had a lot on her mind. You know what I'm saying? And when you're dealing with Diddy, you don't know who's real and who's not. Because everybody is playing a role to be liked by this man. A role to act like they good. Like if he say a corny ass joke, everybody gonna laugh and shit like that. So you don't know what's real and what's not. But it's definitely times that I seen her look like she was really, really sad. She wanted her career. She wanted her career, and I feel like she just didn't want to disappoint him in any type of way, form, or fashion because it was still that chance that he would give it to her.